This is me. As an environmental science major and a nature enthusiast, I often spend the majority of my time outside. Nothing brings more pleasure to me than traveling around exploring the natural wonders of the world. The changing of the seasons is an enjoyment of mine that goes hand in hand with my love for being outdoors. Of course, everybody notices these changes. Even now, as we shed our winter jackets and begin lounging in the sunny grass areas throughout campus, we are directly affected by changes in the weather. But there are a lot of other changes that slip by unnoticed, particularly in urban areas, as one season fades into the next. Today I want to share some of those changes with you, hoping you find as much joy in them as I do. We might as well start from summer, as it is nearly everybody's favorite season, and how could it not be? Especially in northern Minnesota, where the landscape is scattered with sparkling blue lakes, cool shaded forests, meadows rippling in a gentle summer breeze, and wetlands buzzing with a burst of life. How could it not be a favorite? Days are spent basking in the bright sunlight, and your options are limitless. Do you want to go sailing? Horseback riding? Maybe you want to go tubing or water skiing. Maybe you want to take a hike on the Superior Hiking Trail to a waterfall. How about just a lazy swim in the cool water, or a relaxing day fishing off the dock? Whatever it is you want to do, you are going to find so much happiness in just getting outside and doing something that makes you feel alive. Despite your activity of choice, it is almost a guarantee that every day of summer comes to a perfect ending in a breathtaking array of colors at sunset. Every evening you wait in avid anticipation to see what kind of show Mother Nature will provide that night. If you're lucky, you'll see the sun set over a lake with the bright colors reflected onto everything around you, absorbing you in that last warmth of the fading sunshine. If you're really lucky, the show will continue past sundown. On the rare occasion, you may catch a glimpse of the northern lights, a truly spectacular experience. Green, pink, and purple lights dancing on the horizon and fading into the dark sky, which you guess must have at least 1,000,000 stars showing simultaneously. If you watch long enough, you'll see a shooting star, perhaps one that looks like it fell right out of the sky. And if you are the luckiest of them all, the wish you made may come true. But even if it doesn't, you'll retire that night with the comfort of the cool breeze through your window and nature's finest serenade of crickets easing you to sleep. Then one day, you wake to the cool crisp of fall that seems to have rolled in overnight. You notice the leaves are starting to change, and you are mesmerized by each tree you pass that displays vivid reds, yellows, and oranges. Each day, the colors get more spectacular. As the days become noticeably shorter, you begin to cram in all the outdoor activities you can, knowing that soon you will have little motivation to leave the warmth of your house. Summer lingers on through the continuation of evening bonfires, a spark of warmth in the cold settling in around you. Hours are spent wandering through the changing woods, admiring the migrating wildlife, as well as those animals remaining behind, currently busy preparing for a long winter hibernation. Ever since I was a kid, I defined the first day of fall by the first V of honking geese flying in the sky above me, following their leader to warmer grounds for winter. The last of the loons linger on the Northwoods lakes before they, too, begin their migration to a warmer home for winter. The buzz of insects fades as the weather continues to grow colder, though some insects are still present during your walks in the woods. You may even encounter species you have never seen before. But soon, they too are all gone, and an eerie silence overcomes the land as animals and people disappear for the long winter months in northern Minnesota. Although winter in the Northland can be a beautiful and dazzling winter wonderland, the temperatures are nothing to joke about. The days continue to grow shorter and the temperatures continue to drop. Just when you think it cannot get any colder, Mother Nature proves you wrong, and that's without wind chill. But on the days that are more tolerable, there are many Minnesotans who are not hindered by the winter conditions. The frozen lakes open up a vast area previously unavailable except by means of boat. Ice fishermen and women begin to appear on lakes all across the state. They aggregate in their ice houses to form ice villages, and during certain times, these ice villages grow into bustling ice cities. If ice fishing isn't your idea of fun, as it is not mine, there are other winter activities to behold. As a resident of New Hampshire, I grew up with the mountains, and that meant you either skied or you snowboarded. Picking the latter, I revel in the times of the year when I can hit the slopes and feel the rush of cold wind on my face, getting my thrills from the brief moments where you feel like you are defying gravity. This is my favorite part about returning home for Christmas. Perhaps you will be lured out of your cozy house to try something new, like ice bocce, or maybe you'll find motivation to build something out of the wonderful white flakes all around you, maybe an igloo. The lakes and mountains may see a hustle and bustle, but the rest of the woods remains relatively quiet. There are few signs of life aside from the occasional hoot of an owl, drumming of a woodpecker, or tracks of wildlife in the snow. Occasionally, you see a winter resident wandering through the woods, but for the most part, they remain hidden and unseen. Even winter enthusiasts, like myself, relish in the release of the harsh winter conditions for the gentle spring weather, but it never happens as quick as you may like. Winter lingers on through the ice on the lake, snow in the woods, and the below-freezing temperatures at night. Even when you think you are out of it, there is always that freakishly late snowstorm in the Northwoods, disheartening to those who are ready to enjoy the outdoors in a t-shirt once again. When spring actually does arrive, there is no denying its long-missed beauty. Minnesota's brightly colored wildflowers are truly a sight for sore eyes after the dull colors of winter. A flower of every shape and color imaginable blossoms, standing radiantly against a background of recovering winter habitat. The ice slowly melts from the lake, significantly altering the landscape around it as it does. Winds push large, semi-melted ice sheets around, forcing it hard against the lake shores, causing it to lift up the land. As open water reappears, so do the birds who thrive on it for survival. The loon is frequently the first bird you will see recolonizing the open waters, quickly followed by the swans. The majestic white trumpeter swans take over the lakes in the region as they migrate north to their summer feeding and nesting grounds. This is not a sight you want to miss. The geese soon return as well. Wildlife comes out of hibernation with a ferocious appetite to satisfy and an innate drive to reproduce. Nature comes alive with the sounds of life at full volume.
Listen to those frogs. I love the sounds on a day like this.
The wetlands that dominate so much of Minnesota's northern lands are buzzing with the sounds of spring activities. Slowly, color returns to the lands that have been barren for so long, and with them, Minnesotans return to the outdoors. The days continue to grow longer and warmer, and pretty soon we are celebrating the arrival of summer. Then, as you may have guessed, the cycle begins all over again. So this year, as you begin to notice the season slipping by you once again, stop and take notice of all the wonderful things going on around you. Otherwise, before you know it, one more year has passed you by.